You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What is going down? What is going down? It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Welcome to the show, new listeners. I want to welcome you to the show. If you're new to this podcast, we talk about anime, we talk about video games, we talk about nerd culture. If you're into that shit, you've come to the right place. Let's get into it, guys. I want to talk about a few things. As you guys know, or you may not have heard, that the Video Game Awards just took place. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to, discuss a lot of the winners, and, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Also, there's some other news out here, and it revolves around the Video Game Awards. Yes, we got the new Xbox. The new Xbox was announced. I'm going to talk about that. Everything from how it looks to, what the plans are. All of those things, man. Also, we're going to be talking about some Sony stuff. Yes, Sony is in here as well. I have some thoughts on that, where they're going, what direction they're headed. And I'm going to talk a little bit of some anime, some stuff that I've watched this past week. A new one that it's not a new per se anime, but it technically is a new one to me because, I just watched it. It actually came out around 2015. Yeah. So I'm going to get into that a little bit. And yeah, man, what I've been doing this past week and what I got planned for the future. So without further ado, I think we should begin with the fucking podcast. Also, before I get into all of this shit, if you guys are interested, if anybody out there listening is interested in actually being a guest on the show, I can make that happen for you. All you need are two things. Most of us have one, which is a computer, some kind of PC, and then a microphone. There's a number of different microphones you could use that would work. But if you're passionate about anime, video games, nerd culture, like movies, Star Wars, things of that nature, then, we could make something happen. I'd love to talk to people about these things, and pick their brains about how they feel about certain video games, how they feel about, their favorite anime, all those type of things, man. I'm always down to meet new and interesting people when it comes to this medium that I love so much. So if you guys do want to be a part of that, any given time, it can be now, it could be fucking next year. I don't care. You can definitely reach out to me on social media at Twitter at Studio MacGyver and Instagram at Studio MacGyver79. There's also a Facebook page as well at Studio MacGyver 2. And you can also check out the YouTube channel, and I'll get into the YouTube channel at the end of the show. I'm going to be doing some new stuff, man, going forward with 2020 and really getting serious about YouTube, man. Going to try to, make some moves. I know I've been talking about the fuckery of YouTube, but I'm going to make sure that I don't rock the boat. And, I'm going to try to make this a reality because I like doing it for the love. I like talking about these things, and I like putting stuff out there to discuss. So without further ado, let's get on with the fucking show. Okay. Where should I begin? I guess I can confirm what I was talking about last week on the podcast, and I was talking about the Resident Evil 3 rumors. Well, it's an actual thing. Resident Evil 3 is in the works. And it was revealed that it is a title that is coming out. So definitely get ready for that. I know there's a lot of people who really love Resident Evil 3 as well. That definitely was an interesting story, man, when they dropped that guy out of the sky from the helicopter. I remember that shit, run from him all over the place throughout the whole fucking game. It was crazy. It's going to be very interesting to see what these guys do with this fucking game, what they change up, kind of like what they did with Resident Evil 2. Where they, swap different things out, add some stuff here, take some stuff out there, season it up a little bit. So I'm anxious to see how that's going to turn out. And that's another one that's going to have to go to the fucking collection. Anyway, let's talk about the Video Game Awards. You know what I mean? It wasn't like the most jaw-dropping experience in my opinion, but it definitely, got the job done, I guess. And I say that because I don't think anybody saw the Xbox reveal coming. I honestly don't think that they saw that coming. And, there's a lot of people that are torn about this Xbox, and as far as the cosmetics, how it looks. I feel like we're talking about, Star Wars right now, because the community, with Star Wars is like split like a motherfucker, man. They revealed it, and I got to be honest. I mean, if I'm being honest, 110%, guys, it looked pretty good to me. I mean, some people said they do not like, the way that it looks. If you haven't seen pictures of it yet, or you haven't seen it, I mean, I have a picture of it on my Instagram. You can check that out, or you could just Google it. You know what I mean? But it looks like a it's all black. And the picture that is shown right now is it's standing up. It's standing upright. So it's kind of long, but they're just keeping it standing. And the controller looks pretty much like, the Xbox, the last gen console controller, except for with an added button and a share button on there. So like I said, I didn't know anything about the Xbox One. I didn't even know if they had a share button on there or not, because I haven't played it yet. But I guess that's a good thing. They got a share button there. I guess to share on the current console now, you'd have to, do something different. You can't just do it with a button. But now you can do that. I think the shit looks good. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I like the look. I think it's sleek. I think it's kind of sexy. But like I said, everything is subjective out here. And there's going to be some people who love it. There's going to be some who hate it. And there's some people actually who, their words, not mine, said that they do not know how it makes them feel. I'm literally repeating what somebody said. They don't know how to feel about this, about the box. But it looks good to me, man. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say something that, I don't know. I think I want both consoles. I think I want both of them this time around. I really do. And I say that because I really think, now I don't think that, how can I say this? I think that Xbox or Microsoft, I think they are going to make some decent strides this time around. I think they're going to put out some stuff that is actually going to, make me want to play it more so than just, the couple of things that they had, on, the Xbox One. Of course, the Gears franchise, the Halo franchise, but I think they're going to come with some more fire. I think they've made some relationships. They've made some new relationships, going forward. And I hope and pray that they take advantage of that. And I think they will to a certain degree, enough to make it to where I want to play some of the stuff that they have. You know what I mean? Like, to the point where I'm like, oh shit, well, damn, Xbox is coming with this and it's exclusive. Damn, I kind of want to play that. That's what I'm saying. And then plus the Xbox Game Pass. I mean, even though, you can still fuck with that, on the Xbox One. But I think what they're going to do with the Xbox Game Pass in the future is when they start to develop more games and when more games start to come out and we have games all around us, I'm talking about the future gen, the next gen stuff, then they're going to start incorporating games that they have into that as well. So it would definitely make sense to have Xbox Game Pass, when that comes out, because then you have all the games that are available right now. Plus you're going to have games for the actual new Xbox system, which the name has also been revealed, and it's called the Xbox Series X. So you'll be able to have games for the Xbox Series X into the future, and you'll be able to play some of those as well. That's where, I think Xbox Game Pass is headed. I think that's one of the, premier things that they have going for them right now. And yeah, man, I mean, I just kind of want both systems now. I do. But if I had to choose one first, of course, I'm going to go Sony. Let's just keep it real with each other. And that's probably what I'll do first. I don't know about going all out and just buying both of them day one. Now, I know Sony will be first probably, and then I'll probably, go and pick up the Xbox. Maybe like a sale or something like that. I could get some kind of deal. You know what I mean? But I'm going to start saving now. That's the whole key, to start saving now. So when the time comes around the same time next year, we have these systems. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know, what they have planned. None of us really know what's going on now. It's so fresh. I mean, we do have announcements for both systems, and they're supposedly going to be day one releases for the consoles. For the Xbox X, I mean, see, I'm already confused. For the Xbox Series X, we're going to have Hellblade 2. They did show a preview of that at the Game Awards, and it did look good. I mean, there was no gameplay, but they just, how they do with the new consoles and new games. Sometimes they can only show you a taste, and most of it, and 99% of the time, it's not gameplay yet. They want to kind of, bird feed you, kind of, as time goes by, give it to you slowly, and that's fine. I mean, that's a marketing thing, and it's all good. But I'm gonna need to see some more of that. But I do have faith that that game is going to be very, very good. And it looks extremely dark. Like I think the first one was. I never got a chance to play the last one. Hopefully I will this time. Matter of fact, probably Xbox Game Pass, because I think I remember seeing it there. But it looks very promising. It looks very dark. It looks like a game that I would definitely see myself playing. I can definitely see myself getting into. So yeah, man, I mean, that looks like it's going to be one of their first games. And then also there's a game for the PlayStation 5 that goes by let me see what this name is. Goes by the name of Godfall. I think that's what it's called, Godfall, and it's supposed to be exclusive to the PlayStation 5. And we only got a preview on that as well. We didn't get any actual gameplay on that. It looks good, looks like a tech demo. They're just showing off, what the machine can do. And I think they did the same thing for the Hellblade game, the Hellblade 2 game. But it's all good. I mean, this is not new. This is not brand new. This happens. It happened for the last gen, too. When they were doing stuff for it. So I can't wait. I cannot wait to dive in. I cannot wait to, now I'm really excited about these these systems, man. I really am. The potential. I mean, you're basically gonna have, PCs. That's basically what it is. I mean, that's what everybody's saying about the Xbox. That it's just a fucking PC. Well, yeah, technically it is. I mean, that's one that, like I said, I'm all about games. Let me come back down to earth. I'm all about the games. And like I said, I have some faith in Microsoft this time around. I think they learned a lot of lessons, last gen. And I think they're going to take what they learned and they're going to apply it to the present day. I don't think they're going to, still win over on Sony as far as sales are concerned. I still don't think they're going to have the better games. I think they're going to have some good ones. But as far as like the numbers wise, if I had to pick, like, okay, I think Sony would have maybe 10 top tier games and Microsoft would probably at least come with 5 to 6. That's the ratio I'm kind of looking at here. But those 5 to 6 games that Microsoft is going to be kicking out that are exclusive, I think those are going to be really fucking really good games as well. And a couple of those are going to be games like, they're going to have that God of War kind of effect to it. Like, that's one that you just have to play. You have to put on your bucket list to experience, and I think that's what I'm trying to say here with this. So that's why I kind of like, I'm going to have to go ahead and get both. Yeah, man, it is what it is. But hey, if you start saving for it now, it won't be as big of a deal when the time comes. So I suggest everybody start a fund right now and do that if you're that serious about the games like I am. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to some of the awards. Like who won what, what was going on. And let me apologize in advance. My voice is scratchy. It's like I can't get whatever's in my fucking throat, out completely. So you're going to hear me sounding kind of strange this whole fucking podcast, which I apologize for. But, sometimes the shit can't be helped. But let's talk about the awards of some of these games. Now, there was a lot of fucking awards. Let me just say that first and foremost. But I took the ones that, were most important to me and I think would be most important to you guys listening. Just, you know what I mean? Because some of these awards are kind of just under the rug type awards or whatever that don't hold much water, in my opinion. And no disrespect to the people who won those awards either. I'm not saying that. It's just, these are the awards that are surrounding games that a lot of us have played or would have liked to play and didn't get a chance to. So I want to kind of discuss those. Anyway, Game of the Year. Let's talk about that. The creme de la creme, the number one spot. You know what I mean? Who won that game? Who was the game? What was the game? The game was Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. And I humbly announced to you guys that I did not get a chance to play that one. That is one I definitely want to at least try. I've heard it. I heard it's a headache giver. I heard it is definitely, not for the weak at heart. And you definitely have to have some statistical fortitude if you want to play that shit. I mean, straight up. And, you got to have nerves of steel. It's kind of like, and I've seen Souls players, break down like bitches, on some of these bosses. You know what I mean? So, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely one I want to add to the collection. I definitely want to experience and play it, and I will. Whether I finish or not will be, something different, but I definitely want to experience it and test it out and try it. But that got Game of the Year, guys. I mean, I don't have any gripes with that game becoming Game of the Year. I mean, I thought in nominees, I didn't look at all the nominees, but they didn't even have nominees that I thought might even be nominees, which, I thought Star Wars would definitely be in there, at least for a nominee. But sometimes when you have games that come out on the tail end of the calendar year, they tend to get the shaft sometimes, unless the game is just over the top, just crazy. Last year's Game of the Year was God of War, and, I felt that Star Wars touched a lot of those buttons, pushed a lot of those buttons that God of War did. And it was, my choice for Game of the Year. But, like I said, all these things are subjective in a sense, because there's a lot of people that were pushing for Control to be Game of the Year, especially like a lot of people at IGN. They love that fucking game. And that's another game I've talked about on this podcast before that I wanted to play that I haven't got a chance to play yet. But I have to make that a priority and play that game. I definitely fucking do. Everybody's singing praises about that game. That game got nominated, but it didn't get the prize. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is a dope game. It's a dope game, and it deserves it. I'm not gonna hate on that game. I don't think I think that game could have easily been the one, alongside a couple of these other games. And really, I had a couple of Nintendo games, in there as well that I thought might walk away. Well, one for sure, and that was Astro Chain. I thought that had a great chance to become Game of the Year, but it didn't quite get there. It's all good, But let's move on from Game of the Year. We know who won that. Let's go to Best Multiplayer Game, and that was Apex Legends. Now, I got a chance to play Apex Legends a little bit, try it out, see what these guys were doing. Company who did, I think, the Titanfall series had their hands in this. Didn't think it was going to win Game of the Year, but it did. Not Game of the Year. Didn't think it was going to win Multiplayer Game of the Year, but it did. And I'm not going to go in too deep to a lot of these games because, like I said, a lot of these I haven't played. I know a lot of people who have played some of these, but, I can't really make judgments on a lot of these because I haven't really played them. So I'm just going to, give off the details or the winners. The next winner is going to be for Best Ongoing Game. These categories, man, I don't know where they get these categories at. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Best Ongoing Game. What is it? An ongoing game? Well, I guess Fortnite is an ongoing game because that's the one who got the award. I guess a game that just a monetized game, a free to play game, something you can download and you can continuously play, and they continue to support it and add new updates and things of that nature, stuff like that. So, hey, cool. Fortnite is definitely one of those games that it's kind of like the Hollywood of multiplayer games. Like everybody at least knows about it, even if you hadn't played it or whatever. They've got action figures, they've got t-shirts, so much merch. It's a crazy game that, I had a chance to play, and it's just not my thing. A couple of my friends, tried it. It just wasn't our thing. It's not the type of games we like to play. But, a lot of the kids, man, love that shit. Like my son loves Fortnite, and he'll be playing it. I'm quite sure of it on this Xbox One, when Christmas gets here. So, yeah. Anyway, next on the list, we have sports/racing, and that is Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. So I don't know much about this game. Apparently it's very, very fun because it won the fucking award. And that is your winner for sports/racing game of the year. Now we have Best Soundtrack. Best soundtrack. Oh man, here's one for you. Death Stranding. Best soundtrack. Now, Death Stranding was also in the run for Game of the Year, which just don't look. I love Kojima, but that almost made me laugh. Okay, that game, and look, if it would have won Game of the Year, I would have felt some type of way about that, because it wasn't the Game of the Year, because it was too divided. I mean, you got some people who actually love that game. I don't understand how they could love it, but I don't hate on anybody who has a game or has some sort of medium that they like to experience or whatever. That's their prerogative. That's what, they love. If they love it, I mean, to be honest with you, that's the only thing that should fucking matter. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's movies out here, there's games out here that I've personally seen myself. I know that people have given like a 2-star or a 3-star to that, but to me, I'm like, what? This is one of my favorite movies of all time. So everything is subjective for the most part when you come to some of these games. But, when you have a game like God of War, I mean, 90% of the motherfuckers who've played that are going to say, yo, this game is a masterpiece. I mean, that's been proven. But when you have Death Stranding, that wasn't the case. 90% of anybody there wasn't 90% of anybody saying this game was, what I'm saying, on par with something like God of War, just a great game overall, So it was really split, man. There's been a lot of controversy around it and all of that. But hey, the music must be fantastic. A lot of people said that, they enjoyed, sometimes certain parts in the game where it was nice, quiet, and they just were, running around. You had the subtle music in the background and it was kind of soothing in a sense, and that's cool. I mean, it got an award for that. So at least they walked out with something, at least they walked away with something. Let's go to fighting games. One of my favorite franchises, one of my favorite genres of video game. And this one was actually Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate got that award. And, hey, there's a lot of Smash fans out here. The community is ridiculous. And, I take nothing away from those guys. I had the game. I, played it for a little while. It's just not my type of fighting game. It's fun, but to me, it wasn't something that I saw myself, continuously playing and playing and playing. And that's just me, everybody has their own opinions and feels the way that they feel about it. But congratulations to those guys that deserve the win. They got them a win. We're going to go to Best Indie Game. Best Indie Game is a game that goes by the name of Disco Elysium. I think that's how you pronounce it. I looked at it, checked it out. It's supposedly an RPG game. It looks interesting. It's definitely, something that is unique in its own right. Art style and all of that stuff. It's definitely cut from a different cloth. That's all I can really tell you. All I can really give you about this game. But that is your indie game of 2019, best indie game. Let's move on to best action game of 2019. And this one really is no surprise. I mean, I was about to say God of War. What the fuck? No, I'm going to say Devil May Cry 5. Yes, Devil May Cry 5. Another fucking game, guys, that I've talked about on this podcast that I played the demo on and loved it, but never got a chance to pick it up yet. And, the more and more, I go down this list and the more and more I start thinking about the games that, got past me, the games I didn't get a chance to play yet because of, it's a lot of money going back and finding a lot of these games. It's also, that's really the main reason. Like, look, if I want to go back and play these games, even if they're like $20 games and stuff like that, they add up. It adds up. So, that's where the Xbox Game Pass starts to look so fucking good to me right now. It's looking so good to me right now, man. And when I looked at that list and saw all the games that were going to be available to play, I was like, yo, let's go. Let's get it in. You know what I mean? And I'm ready. There's so many games that you have access to with the Xbox Game Pass, man. And Devil May Cry 5 is one of those. That's why I'm not lying to you. I can't wait for Christmas because I want to play this Xbox. I want to play some of these games, that I never got a chance to play. And me and my son are going to be, ooh wee, Daddy, you're supposed to let me play. And so I'm gonna have to bite that bullet and let this kid play, man. And just, I guess I'll be playing, during the week. I'll be playing, of course, after he's in bed and all of that. Like after 9 o'clock or whatever. But I don't get home anyway till after midnight, so that'll be my time. So it kind of works out. So he can get his game on, he can get his play time in when I'm away, and he can play after school and stuff like that. And then also on the weekends, I have lots of things that I do on the weekends, and he can tend to that and do all that as well. So this Christmas break, I know for a fact he's gonna be like, I'm not gonna be able to get him out of the man cave, because I was trying to find out where I'm gonna put this fucking this machine. Looking at everything now, man, right now on my desk, the way it's made and set up, right now I have a PlayStation 3, a PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo Switch, in my PlayStation. Like, those are the game systems that I can get to very easily right now. Then I also have my Sega Saturn that is like on the ground, like set up below me where my feet are at, that I could have access to that. So I'm like, I'm going to have to move that. I'm going to have to do something with the PlayStation 3. And basically I have to line everything up like, what am I going to be playing the most? And I have to, give a realistic assessment of that, So if I'm going to be playing, I know I'm going to play a lot of Xbox in the near future. I had to decide to move it and put it side by side with the PS4. You know what I mean? And I do a lot of stuff with the PS4, not just games, but I do a lot of different things with it. So, like I said, I haven't got a chance to really see I don't know anything about the Xbox. I don't know how to navigate through that machine, how everything works and everything. I don't know. I might actually like it. Who knows? I'm going to find out. But I have to put it there because I'm going to be spending a lot of time with it. He's going to be spending a lot of time with it, my 6-year-old. So I have to make a spot for it. I've been searching online. I went to Walmart, matter of fact, earlier tonight to try to find some sort of like stackable, something, nothing major, nothing too big, something that I could stack like the PlayStation on top of maybe the Xbox. That way I can keep my PlayStation 3 hooked up, the way it's hooked up now. The cool thing about the Switch is it's so thin, and the way it's set up is like it doesn't acquire a lot of space. So I'm cool keeping it where it's at. But the PlayStation 4 is not going anywhere either. And then the PlayStation 3 is the one that, I've been playing lately, but I'm not going to be playing nearly as much when this Xbox gets here. Like I said, there's so many games I want to get my hands on and play. Tekken 7 is another one, man. I've been kind of trying to get in my fighting game shit, and I'm trying to get, I've been itching to play Tekken 7 now, to finally play it. There's some characters I want to explore a little bit and get moving. A friend of mine has been watching a shitload of tournaments and stuff like that, and I've been getting antsy. I'm still not fucking with Street Fighter right now. I'm still upset with Street Fighter. I'm literally still wiping the warm butter residue from my asshole when, we got fucked from the very first week they came out. I'm still recovering from that rape when they first came out, guys. I'm not playing with you. I'm still hurt from that. And then when I did buy the game, I got re-raped again because, these stages and these outfits, these $4 and $5 stages and outfits, and each character has like, 6, 7 outfits, and they're like $5 a piece. The stages are like I just got tired of the rapage. I got tired of the warm butter. I got tired of, smelling sake, from behind me being taken. Like, I got tired of it, and I put it down. And now that they have announced the new Street Fighter Championship Edition, I might revisit it a little bit later then. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to spend all that money on stages and all that. They're trying to monetize a fighting game, and I hate it. I hate the direction that they're going with that. And, a lot of motherfuckers are trying to do this shit now. I just really miss playing video games where, especially fighting games in particular, where you can play that shit and all the outfits you can actually unlock by playing the game. And that's it. And technically you can, but the way that they have it set up, it's straight fuckery. That's what it is. I'm talking about winning 500 matches, winning them, because you don't get anything for losing. You just get points for winning. It'll take you fucking forever. If you're not a PlayStation, if you're not a Street Fighter Pro, by the time you you unlock those outfits that you want and hold so dear to your heart, then you need to stop playing Street Fighter. That's how they got this shit set up. Anyway, on my fucking rant. Yeah, I don't even know where I left off at. I'm just lost right now. I was talking about, the awards. Let me get back to that because I'm almost finished. Let's talk about, best strategy game. And that is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now that was a game that, a lot of people loved on the Nintendo Switch, man, and I haven't got a chance to play that either. Like I said, there's so many games. There's just so many games that you just don't have enough time. And that's, I'm somebody who doesn't even, I don't just indulge in games. There's anime as well. So if I'm not gaming, I'm anime watching or, I'm doing something like that. So it's like a lot. It's a lot, man. It's not enough time in the day to do all this shit. Like I still have PS4 games backlogged that I haven't got a chance to get around to. I still got PS4 games that, I put 60, 70 hours in, 80 hours in, and I'm not even done yet with it. You know what I mean? Assassin's Creed. Anyway, the last award was Best Family Game of 2019, and that goes to Luigi's Mansion 3, a game that I haven't got a chance to play. I want to play it. I really want to play Luigi's Mansion. I am going to buy Luigi's Mansion. That's going to be one. That definitely's got to go to the library. But right now, like I said, the money is not there. It's Christmas time, and like I said, my shit is gone. It's gone before I even spent it. And I'm still going to be buying shit right up until the end of Christmas. Like maybe the 20th is when I'll be buying my last gift. Spend a lot of fucking money, man. I'm so done with Christmas. Whew. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, man, that's the basis of the awards. That's what we have right now. And, nice little selection. There's other awards that were announced and stuff, but like I said, those were, I put those on the back burner because those to me weren't as important. If you want to know more, you can easily just Google it. You can easily, look at it if you care about the other awards that they had. But these are the most important ones I felt. So these are the ones I wanted to talk about real quick. Also, we got a Ghost of Tsushima trailer, a brand new trailer. This is going to be one of the last games for the PlayStation 4's life cycle. We're not going to get this one for the PlayStation 5. This one's just going to be a PlayStation 4 game, an exclusive on top of that. And, this is probably going to be my most anticipated game for the PlayStation 4 now. This is probably my most anticipated game right now. And and that's saying something because that's besides The Last of Us 2. Okay, those two games right there are the ones that really, to me, they're going to be the last ones that I really, really want to get my hands on. There's a couple other ones though. There's still a couple other ones that I really want to play. I can't lie. As Grand Blue Fantasy, that's one I definitely going to play. I cannot wait to play that, which is also an exclusive. It's also an exclusive. These are the games I'm talking about with Sony, these relationships. Now Microsoft can kind of, gain some segue here and make some moves. That's what I'm looking to see. I'm into those JRPGs and some of that stuff. Let's go there. Let's see what you guys can come up with from that side and that angle. But, there's still a handful of games that I'm still looking forward to playing on the PlayStation 4. And, but Ghost of Tsushima is one that is really, really special to me, man. I just, I'm a big fan of the Japanese culture and, a lot of things that come from there. And just anime and just what they've been able to do with that medium over all these years. I love it so much. And I think this game is it's going to be good. It's going to be great. And I cannot wait to jump into that world and play that shit. But the trailer was awesome. It makes me upset because it just makes you want to play it that much more. The release date is basically they gave us a release date of summer of 2020. So that could be June, that could be July, August even. So, I guess they're trying to, find the perfect date. And I'm sure when we get closer to that, we'll actually get a actual date. But, summer 2020, that's cool. I mean, we're around. That gives us an idea of when to expect it. So, and there's a game that still crosses my mind to this day that, we still don't know anything about, and that is Biomutant. Biomutant is in the game that I still want to play. I still want to play this game, but I don't know, man. I don't know when we'll get it. I really don't know. This game is one of those games that I'm scared of that, I think they could have possibly really gotten in over their heads and it might not ever even get made. It's one of those type of games, man. Or when it comes out, nobody's going to give a fuck. You know what I mean? I think that's safe to say. But it is what it is. When it comes, it'll come. But like I said, I know, 2020 is definitely, they don't have much more time left. They're ready to come on with something, but it is what it is. I thought I'd just mention that because I used to talk about that game all the fucking time. Just love that fucking game, man. Yeah, want to play it. There's another fucking announcement, and this is, we have a new Bioshock game. A brand new Bioshock game in the works. I cannot wait for this. That is going to be crazy, man. It's supposedly going to be like an open world. It's going to have RPG elements this time. And man, they even talking about possibly having an in-game plan with a live service. Okay, not like multiplayer shit. So I don't know how I feel about that, man. And I'm really not going to know until I see more of what the game is about, because we don't have any information like as far as the characters, what the game will look like or anything like that, no idea. We still know it's going to be, a first person game. We know that. And that's about it. We also know that the main creator of, the series of the first Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite, he is not going to be there. He's not going to be writing for this game. He's off doing something else. I forgot where he's at, but he's got another company doing some other things. But that's cool. We still have some writers left over from the other games that are actually on staff. So I was a little worried when I heard that at first, but now knowing that we still have some of the writers that are there to keep some of that essence, still there, it is cool. It makes me feel a lot fucking better. It really does. And I'm just really excited because that's one of my favorite franchises, believe it or not, guys. And I've played it. I first played it on Xbox 360 when, back when Xbox was like killing it, when they had a dope system, which, besides the red rings. But they were killing it, man, at the time. But eventually, I got, I think 3 red ring of deaths, in like just over 7 months. And that's when I fucking was done. They had their own butter actually at that time. They actually had released their own butter. It was called Red Ring Butter. Xbox presents Red Ring Butter. And it was a different kind of butter, man. It was a butter that was easy to, lubricate. You could lubricate your dick really, really fast with this butter. And it got me good. It got me 3 times, not once, not twice, but thrice. Yes. I was hit over the head on 3 different occasions, and my garments were removed, and they violated me. Yes, I got fucked 3 different occasions. And those red rings, they're not a game. They're not a joke, and that's what ended my relationship with Xbox 360, Xbox as a whole, if I'm being honest, up until now. But that game, Bioshock, was so special. That world was so fucking special, is so fucking special, man. I don't think there will be another one like it, especially the first one. The first one was just, god damn. Second one was good too. See, a lot of people felt felt a little different on the second one, but I actually loved the second one as well. I did. More so than Infinite. If I'm being honest. To be honest with you, 1, 2, and 3, that's how I rank them, from best to worst. And it really, I can't say worst because none of those games were bad. You know what I mean? The only thing with Bioshock Infinite was the fact that it looked more open than it really was. If that explains anything. I mean, there's a lot of places that you couldn't go that you could see that you thought or you would like to have been able to go to and explore. And the beauty of the next gen systems, man, they're going to be able to do all this type of shit, man. You know, when we're walking through certain worlds and you're seeing certain doors that, you should be able to walk in here. With the technology now, I mean, I think this is finally coming to fruition where you can, see a house or walk through a fucking city and walk into everywhere, every place that actually has a door and explore. You know what I mean? With the memory and all of that. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I think they said the Xbox well, let me get the name right. The Xbox Series X is going to be over 4 times as powerful as the Xbox One X, which is the most powerful, machine right now, gaming wise on the market besides PC. So, that's saying a lot. You know what I mean? And while we're talking about this game stuff, Sony kind of let something out the bag, that, man, I don't even know how to feel about this. They're basically implying that, the PlayStation 5's life cycle is going to be around 6 to 7 years, with a PlayStation 5 Pro also coming in some time. That's the part that I'm like, here they go with that bullshit. It's always, it's always something. It's always, trying to make another buck, trying to get an extra penny, off of somebody. Now, it makes sense to the people who don't have those systems and, don't, just waited years to get a system. They're still playing last gen consoles for whatever reason, and they haven't decided to, upgrade. That's the only thing I see, the only thing. And really, if you want to keep it real, it doesn't even make sense then, because if I was a guy who waited 3 years, okay, before I decided, I want a PlayStation 5 now. And they say, well, introducing the new PlayStation 5 Pro. You know what I mean? I'm going to say, oh, really? And it's only $500. Okay, well, how much is a regular PlayStation 5? It's $350. Oh, well, give me that. That's what, they win either way. Either way, they're going to sell a console. But, if I'm them, look, I'm going to win too. Look, y'all aren't going to get me out of this, because if these machines are that fucking powerful now, are they going to be that strong now coming out? I mean, I think you're good. I don't think you need another fucking upgrade right anytime soon. You know what I mean? That's just my preference. That's just what I think about the situation. But I just thought that was very interesting. And I'm sure Xbox is not going to be, they're going to do something with it too. They've already got different versions already, that you'll be able to purchase, a weaker version, cheaper version coming out, of the new Xbox Series X. So, I mean, everybody's trying to find ways, one of the dumbest things though, I have to say that I think, Microsoft has done is put out that discless, digital only, Xbox. I just don't like that, because it cuts out it takes your options away from you. If you want to collect, if you want to play games offline, if you want to, do those type of things, I mean, it takes a lot of that away from you. And, you're at the beck and call of your internet provider or, the Xbox marketplace. And sometimes we've all been there where we're trying to download something or we're trying to play something, and for whatever reason, the internet's not agreeing with us, and we have to wait because shit is crashing and all kinds of shit's happening. I know I've been there a few times. If you're a gamer like me, you've probably been there once or twice in your gaming lifetime, in this digital age we live in now. But I digress. I just, like I said, the Game Pass is definitely, a winner though. They definitely have fire with that. And I think that's their shining star right now. That is their shining star. It's definitely going to save you a shit ton of money. It's definitely better than, the subscription to PlayStation, for sure. I mean, even though you get 2 free games or whatever, it's cool. I mean, they used to give us trash, every month, but now they're starting to give us actual titles. It still doesn't compete with Xbox, Game Pass, but hey, it's something, right? If you only have one system and you're trying to do something or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if I had to choose one, hands down, it's going to be Xbox Game Pass, man. I'm thinking about, to be honest with you, taking away that, for a little bit, online. Cause I haven't played anything online recently on my PlayStation 4, man. I mean, well, I can't say that. There's Star Wars, There's Star Wars, and then there's Dragon Ball. I've been trying to practice on Dragon Ball recently because I downloaded Broly from Dragon Ball Fighters, and I'm trying to learn him a little bit, see what he's about. And so I kind of want to get back out there in those Dragon Ball Fighter streets. But then on the same token, when I get this Xbox, man, Tekken 7, ooh-wee, and there's some other stuff I want to jump in. So like I said, I'm probably going to be on Xbox for a while, guys. Probably going to be on there, just exploring this Game Pass, getting my money's worth out of this Game Pass. And all the Xbox listeners, all the Xbox players out there, look for Studio MacGyver, man. I'm interested to, I'm not going to have any friends, or anything like that on there. So if you see my name out there, don't be afraid to send me an invite or send me a request or something, man. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to do it for the show, guys. I mean, wasn't too much to talk about, before I go, though, I want to talk about, a little bit of some anime real quick. One that I just finished up, season 1, the first season of it, that I really, really fucking enjoyed, man. A lot of you guys, some of you guys may have heard of this one. It's called, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in Dungeons? Yeah. It's pretty fucking dope. It came out in 2015. That's when the first season came out. And it was on my list, and I was just scrolling through anime, and this is one that I just, wanted to watch. It's crazy because there's a lot of other anime that I should be watching because, I'm trying to do this, best of 2019 anime thing. But, I couldn't help myself. And I did get a chance to also start Black Clover. And if I'm being honest, I have to say this. I've had a conversation with a friend of mine and he felt the same way. And matter of fact, Dig, the guy who's been on the show, a few times in the last month, if I'm being honest, it didn't do it for me. Like, I'm going to continue to watch it and hopefully it changes, it changes my mind or whatever, but it just didn't do it for me. Like, I've watched, maybe 6 episodes of it, 7 episodes. And it just, let me first say the dub. I just was not feeling the dub, especially of the main character. Like, I don't know. His voice is not, doesn't do it for me, man, and I have to be honest with you guys and I have to be honest with myself, I wasn't feeling it. It felt like it was trying too hard, to do what Naruto was doing. I don't give a fuck what that's what really got me interested because I was like, oh, the same people who did Naruto, but you just can't repeat that. That's fucking you just can't repeat that. I mean, you saw it in fucking Boruto. I'm seeing it in Black Clover. I mean, it may end up being a decent anime and maybe the manga's even better, but I can't be a part of it. I'm going to try to, push through it. But if I have to make myself sit down and watch some anime, then it's not, 9 out of 10 is not for me. It's just not. And this one's looking like it is not that. Naruto is definitely going to be a hard egg to crack, guys. I don't think it's going to ever happen. If they're trying to do other stuff, like Boruto is just not doing it. Black Clover's not doing it for me, at least. I mean, there's other people who I've seen who said, oh, Black Clover is fucking the shit. I love Black Clover. So, it just depends. Like I said, it's subjective. It's all subjective. I'm just giving you my opinion on it. That's what I've been doing this past week. Of course, I've been keeping up with No Guns Life, Vinland Saga. Matter of fact, I just saw Vinland Saga before I started recording this podcast. And it's very fucking interesting. Also, let me say this about Fire Force. I'm putting this on the line to you guys. I'm keeping it 110% because I love you guys and I got to keep it real. Right now, my front runner for anime of 2019 is Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, and known in Japan. But I have to fucking say that Fire Force is now tied with fucking Demon Slayer. It is. It's tied right now. And I really think that it could definitely surpass Demon Slayer by the time I'm finished. I think we have 3 more episodes to go. Episode 22, 23, and 24. And that will complete all of Fire Force. I think Vinland Saga's got 24 episodes as well, for the first season. And I'm gonna check out Dr. Stone, and I think that's gonna be it for what I'm able to consume for 2019 as far as animes that came out in 2019. And then I'll make my decision, my final decision. But Fire Force is, my God, I love this fucking anime. I really fucking love Fire Force, man. And the characters, man, they got some awesome characters. I mean, my favorite character by far, well, I ain't gonna say by far, but he's my favorite. And it's Dr. Giovanni. I've said it. I've mentioned his name before. He's just so fucking, he's savage. He's a straight savage, man. Yeah. I advise anybody who hasn't seen Fire Force yet, man, check it out. It's on YouTube. You can watch them all there. Yeah, do yourself a favor and check out Fire Force. Please. It's excellent. Yeah, man. I'll definitely approach this, scenario again later. Like I said, when I'm finished, when the 24th episode is over, which will be 3 weeks from now, I'll definitely readdress it because I'll be doing a special episode, top anime of 2019 and top video game of 2019. So be looking out for those somewhere in January. But yeah, man, it's close. It could definitely take the prize. Worst case scenario, they'll be tied. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you guys, man, Fire Force is the shit. With that being said, guys, that's going to do it. I'm going to finally back up out of here and it's late tonight. I got a late start and, I got a lot of shit I still need to do, especially a lot of stuff coming up in the next week or so. So, let me also give you guys some, I call it news, I guess. If you're interested in following me and getting to know me a little bit better, I actually have a set schedule now on YouTube that I'm going to be, doing. In other words, I'm going to be putting out videos on certain days. So my days are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So 4 days out of the week, I'm going to be putting new content up on my channel. So you can definitely go to YouTube and just type in Studio MacGyver TV. And yeah, there you go. And subscribe if you have not subscribed. You know what I mean? And we can conversate. We can get into some shit. We can get into some discussions. I'm trying to get more involved as far as doing, discussion videos and stuff and putting those on my channel as well. So be looking out for all of these things, man. Definitely Discord. I can't wait. The Discord is coming really, really close to being done. And with the Discord thing, that opens up so many different doors. I can have so many other conversations with you guys if you have Discord and I have Discord. So yeah, once I make that, make that public, you guys can go in there, man. We can chop it up about all kinds of shit, anime, games, whatever you want to fucking do. And we can even do, live stream chats and stuff like that. I've done one with Wondersoul, one of my boys, another fellow podcaster who has an excellent fucking show as well. You guys should check him out. But yeah, man, stuff like that. So I'm just trying to give you guys more of me, trying to put myself out there a little bit more and trying to make it, get really, really serious and really bite down for 2020. That's really what my plans are looking like right now. So with you guys' support, I think I can make that happen. Let's take that journey together. I don't even have 100 subscribers yet. So just take this journey together and see what, let's come to, get to next year. And I want to look back and say, I remember when I didn't even have 100 subscribers and now I have this many or whatever. You know what I mean? I think that'll be so cool. So I'm going to stay dedicated. I'm going to put out videos on a regular fucking basis. And yeah, man, I hope you guys show your love and support because I definitely love you guys. I want to thank everybody for listening, all the newcomers. Thank you for giving this show a chance. And I'll repeat myself again, same thing I told you at the beginning. If you want to reach out and you want to be a guest on the show, or if you just want to reach out and talk and maybe comment on some things you want me to talk about in future podcasts, definitely hit me on Twitter at Studio MacGyver. You can definitely hit me on Instagram at Studio MacGyver79. Check out the Facebook page as well at Studio MacGyver. And last but not least, the motherfucking YouTube channel, Studio MacGyver TV. And also, last but not fucking least, I'm sorry, if you're into nerd culture, and I'm sure you are because you listen to this podcast, if you're into merch, hats, beanies, backpacks, hoodies, all of those things under the sun, you should definitely check out Beautiful Nerds. Beautiful Nerds has all of that. It can supply you with that. And the best thing of all, they update every fucking month with new shit. So definitely check these guys out. That's www.beautifulnerds.com. Nerds is spelled Nurdz. And with that, I'm going to get the fuck out. Thank you guys for listening. I love you guys so fucking much. I'm out. This is Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.